of August 1929, this mountain was officially opened to the public as a national park. And tomorrow morning at the Breakfast Creek car park at 10 a.m, we're going to recreate and celebrate and give the mountain a birthday party.
Morning is for everyone, but I walk a lot.
So when we take a look at what the closure of the park itself, not just climbing the peak, but the full closure of the park, that has actually impacted businesses in the area. It has meant that people are not making the money that they used to in the stores, even the pub. So it's more than just a summit issue, it is also a national parks issue. I'm sure that other people will actually tell you about the maintenance of the park and how it's actually been just left since the pandemic. That's 4 years of growth and 2 floods in that area, which means that we're also incredibly prone to bushfire risk when the weather starts to dry up. There are so many layered issues that we need to take into account. I recognise that it is not up to me to speak for our Indigenous community, and I won't. When we think about the opaqueness of how some Indigenous family groups and tribes and clans are actually being kept out of those decisions, and they are also traditional owners, that is a problem.
Exclusion and secrecy are not values we uphold in our society. As far back as 2000, when this saga began, another Widgeable man from Lismore warned authorities that claims being made in relation to Mount Warning were, I quote, a modern-day invention. National Parks and their consultants took no notice. So here we are today, with a management plan that makes Mount Warning look like some hitherto undiscovered Shangri-La. In my professional opinion, many of the sites claimed to exist in the plan are either not in the Aboriginal place, not sites at all, or have been invented.
I wanted to exercise my cultural heritage, and I was going to be damned if I was going to have someone stop me from doing it. If Mount Warning was reopened, from a tourist perspective, there would be an excuse to stay that extra day. So from an economic point of view, getting this reopened is really important.
I'm very concerned that if this goes ahead and it stays closed, it's really going to wreck this area. We've had 2 cafes close. The cafe up Mount Warning Road, it closed. Mavis's Kitchen's closed. There's been businesses come and go in the butter factory. You can see the community dying, really. And there's such a rich history here. I mean, really rich. There's just so much here. If I do a village walk, which is just from there down to the hotel, it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to impart all the, bits and pieces that we know. I have begged and pleaded with people that see themselves as Aboriginals to give me some history. In all my time here, I have only met one man that sees himself as being an Aboriginal from this area, and all the others are people that have moved in from other areas. One lady that I know that lives up there, she'd like to see it stay closed because it disrupts her peace and quiet. I don't think that's a good enough reason. I honestly don't know what the reasoning behind any of it. None of it makes any sense to me, none. There's some different names they have for it, Cloudcatcher, different ones.
Some people call it Mount Wollumbin, but I call it Wollumbin, see? But it is like a healing place, this place here. It is. You go there and tap that water or have a drink of that, but when you come here, it's a spiritual place, brother. Once you leave here and you go back out in the open, you be back in the real world. You be different to the mob out there when you leave here. Yeah, you feel all the goodness and all the energy or one. I tell all my mob, all of my fellas, except for the countrymen, the white fellas. The white fellas can come in any time they want. They decent people. They had rangers here going up here. They were my cousins, all them rangers. They the one who put all these things up here. Even when you go up top, they pull that chain. You see the chain up there? Yeah. Is it still up there?
It's up there, but it's down
On the ground?
on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, I still got a video we caught of it. I'm glad you've seen that, my brother, now you know.
There was a chain that was put in by National Park staff in the 1990s. That chain was in good condition, was satisfactory condition at the time it was removed.
There's no indication that this was significantly a problem. A couple of things we could do to this plate to test it. So we could drill a hole through. There's no rusting, there's no signs of deep corrosion present on this steel plate. There's no cracking in the mortar and cement and concrete around it. So to me, this plate would have been in satisfactory condition and there'd be no reason to take the chain down.
So in 2006, a sign was placed at the bottom of Mount Warning that said the Bundjalung Nation didn't want you to climb it.
They didn't know I was still alive, all these mob here. They all gone, all the boys we all wiped out, but all the boys. All our name wiped out. I'm connected to it from my mum and my nan. That's my mum track over there, the live bird there. You can walk up there at the top there. Yeah, that's my mum tracked up on. They always tell lies. Because they tell lies, they reckon they initiate young fellas up on the mountain. That's why they shut it. They reckon all the country people, all the white fellas, make a mess on the car park here, and that's why they close this mountain. Because I got no one to back me up on this, see? I have to ask all the country folks here, all the white fellas, to help me get on that WCG, to take down this woolly. Look, but all this gotta go down so the people can walk up.